What makes people management feel a lot easier? Having some quick wins, having quick actions you can take to give you some wins on the board. And that's what I want to share with you today in this episode. Hi, I'm Tash, Pieterse, Certified Leadership Coach, helping you to become a leader people actually want to follow. And another milestone is this is episode 100 of the Lead with Less podcast. I have made 100 episodes over the last 2 years, almost 2 years, and this one is coming to you now, and I'm going to share 10 quick wins to help you get runs on the board and help you to become a leader people actually want to follow. Not only are these quick wins going to help build your confidence and build your respect and your trust bank with your team or in your life, it's also going to help you progress into becoming a manager people actually want to follow. And what I want to say is you don't have to do all 10 of these things right now and straight away. I would recommend choosing one that feels like it would have the biggest impact for you and start working on that one. But I'm really excited to share these 10 quick wins with you. And really, I'm just super excited that this is episode 100. I can't believe it. When I first started this podcast, before I actually started this podcast, I was worried I was going to run out of things to talk about. Here I am 100 episodes later, still with a spreadsheet full of ideas to come. So stick around because there's going to be a lot more epic content coming your way to help you become a leader people actually want to follow. All right, let's dive in because I want to go through this and make this really useful and practical for you so that you can start making some moves, because I know that managing people can feel really challenging. It can feel really hard and it can be really overwhelming. And so often it can feel like you're not getting anywhere. It can feel like you're not gaining any traction. So I really hope that these quick wins can help you feel like you're making progress and keep you motivated, engaged, and excited about the work that you're doing. Number one, first quick win, the wins jar, but make it strategic. If you've been following me for a while, you will know about my wins jar. If you are watching the video to this podcast, I'm shaking it here now. This is my wins jar. It is a cleaned out pickle jar that I have filled with colored Post-it notes. And the wins jar is everything that you are navigating, moving through, and that you've achieved across a week or a month. And it just gives you something physical to look at so that when self-doubt creeps in, when you're starting to wobble and starting to feel like you're lacking confidence, you can look over at that jar and go, I did all those things. I made moves in all of those ways. I can do this thing right now. And that is what my wins jar is for me. It sits on my desk and I can look over it because I'm doing a lot of stretchy things at the moment. I'm doing things that sometimes I don't feel like I am capable of doing. But when I look at that jar, I can really see that I've done a lot of things. So I can do this thing now. So track your wins. And your wins might look like a tricky conversation that you handled this week, a decision you made without spiraling and losing your sanity, some feedback that you gave that wasn't fluffy, that landed well, or that you just broached that conversation of giving feedback. Even if it maybe didn't go well, you still had the courage to have that conversation. Some things that you've achieved, maybe a project that you got over the line, maybe some feedback you received from someone else, maybe you got a sale or just anything that felt like a real win. This practice is really powerful in setting you up and building a practice of recognizing, validating what you're doing, how you're working, how you're showing up. And when things get really tough, you've got something to look at and you've got something to give you a boost. So the quick action here is take 3 to 5 minutes every Friday to write down at least 3 to 5 wins. I do this on a Friday before I finish work for the week because I can reflect on the week that's been, and it just gives me a really great boost to go into the weekend. So that's quick win number one, the wins jar, but make it strategic. Quick win number two. This is the quick one-to-one format that creates real traction. Now, something that I know happens a lot is one-to-ones tend to get cancelled or rescheduled quite a lot because things come up or it just feels like right now is not a good time. There's nothing really going on, so I don't really need to have this one-on-one conversation with my team member. But I will say that canceling one-on-ones is a sure way of making people feel unseen, unheard, and unrecognized. If you can prioritize having one-on-ones with your team, they will feel that sense of feeling valued and feeling important and that you have time for them. And that's really key. One-on-ones is not a task work in progress update. It is about understanding more about your people and how you can support them. But if you're really not sure what to talk about in your one-on-ones, if you're really not sure on how to keep people engaged, or if people are super happy to just cancel them, here is the quick one-to-one format that I want to offer you. At a bare minimum, talk about these 3 things. One thing that's going well, so what's a win? One thing that's off or unclear, what's something that they are challenged by or that they're currently stuck with? And then one thing that they need from you to take action before their next one-on-one. So what's one thing that they need to progress, or one thing that they need to take action on that you can help support them with? Those 3 questions will help give you some direction in your one-on-one conversation and give, again, something for them to feel really seen. Recognizing a win helps them to reflect on what they've done well. Helping to work through something that they're stuck with or that they're challenged with, again, gets them to get some traction and move forward. And then they can also see how you might be able to support them with taking action on something that's on their plate right now. A quick action here is use this in your next one-on-one catch-up and ask these questions and then sit back and listen. Don't try and fill the space. Don't try and see this just as a tick box, but giving the time and the energy to your team for that 30 minutes. So important. I also have my one-on-one playbook. If you want to go even deeper into having better one-on-ones with your team, you can grab a free copy in the show notes down below, and that'll dive deeper into how to turn casual catch-ups into meaningful conversations with your team. Okay, quick win number 3. Say the thing sooner. Do you have a hard conversation that you're currently avoiding? Is there something that you need to talk about and you're just waiting for the perfect moment? I hate to break it to you, but there is no perfect moment. There is never going to be the best time or the right time to have a conversation with someone about something. You just need to have it. One quick way that you can do this is a simple frame that I want to share with you. I've noticed something and I think it's important we talk about it. Do you have a moment? And then use this framework. Share the observation, share the action or the behavior that's part of that observation, share what the impact is. Why is this important to talk about? And then ask for their side. Ask for their side of the story, ask for their input. Those 4 steps will help you to articulate your side and also open up a really meaningful 2-way conversation. But ultimately, you want to have these discussions sooner rather than later, because you can either solve it now or you will suffer later. So which do you want to do? So you either solve it now or you suffer later. Say the things sooner, especially the hard conversations that you're wanting to avoid. So the action here is identify one thing that you're avoiding right now, identify one conversation that you're not having, and then make a time to address it over the next week. So whenever you've listened to this episode, where is something that you need to address, and then book a time to address it over the next week. And if you want to have some more support on how to have difficult conversations, reach out to me and I'm happy to chat with you about it. Quick win number 4, set your leadership anchors. This is such a key part, and this is the fundamental thing that I do with all of my coaching clients and that I work with in all of my leadership programs, is knowing who you want to be as a leader, because this clarity helps to build confidence and it also helps to build courage. Because when you know who you want to be, when you know who you are, you're more willing to follow through on that. The quick win here is to list your top 3 values as a leader and then what they actually look like in action. So what does it look like to take action on this value, to live this value in real time? And then make a commitment with yourself around following through. So if you have a value on health, what does this look like day to day? It means that I take 2 10-minute walks during the workday, or it means that I go to the gym, or it means that I eat home prepared food. I don't know, whatever it is, and then make a commitment to follow through on that. And the more that you do this, the more that you prove to yourself that you are the leader that you want to be. And then you also show people that is the type of leader that you are. So that's quick win number 4. And the action here is write down your top 3 values in your notebook, schedule it into your calendar, and then make a commitment to follow through on it every single day. So part of our success planning method is committing to your values first in your calendar and then setting everything around that. Quick win number 5. This is my curiosity challenge. Curiosity is one of your superpowers as a leader. If you use this and you flex this muscle, you are going to make a meaningful difference in the way that you lead people. If you're not sure how to tackle something, if you don't feel like you have all the information on something, don't try and make it up. Don't try and figure it out on your own. Have the humility to say, I don't know. Flex that curiosity muscle and use questions to find out more. Even if it's someone in your team, you don't have to be the know-it-all here. Your team will respect you if you're willing to say, I don't know, and then ask those questions. And use a simple phrase like, hey, I've got a situation. I'm not sure on how to navigate it. I'd love your input. Could we just have a chat about how we could move forward with this? Simple. It doesn't expose you. It is a little bit vulnerable, maybe, but it again opens up that opportunity for trust. And I bet you one of your team members will be like, oh, yeah, I'm happy to share my expertise. I want to help you. There you go. You don't have to have all the answers. And actually, it's not your job to have all the answers. It's your job to leverage the people around you to get the best answers. So, your quick action here is use that wording in a coaching conversation this week. When you're not sure how to navigate something, reach out and ask, and then see what happens, because I can guarantee you it will make a huge difference. Quick one number 6. Move from doing to delegating. This is a must practice for every manager ever. Especially if you're a new manager, moving from doing to delegating can feel really uncomfortable. It can feel really scary. It is really pivotal, because delegating is not just about getting things off your plate. It's also about creating an opportunity for people to grow and to develop. If you are holding on to things, especially the interesting work or the fun work or the challenging work, you are taking away an opportunity from one of your team members to be able to step up and build their skill set and build their capability in that task or that project. It's really important to look at what is on your plate and what is actually only for you. What can only you do because of your position, because of your level of expertise, versus, oh, it would be nice to do that because that sounds fun. Actually, someone on my team has the best skill set for that, or I know that this is a growth opportunity for someone on the team. I know what they want to grow into. So this is something that I can delegate to them. The more that you do this and practice this with your team, the more that your team will actually want to step up and do things, because they know that they're getting the work that helps them grow. They know that they're getting work that supports their growth and development. And you're going to be more willing to say yes as well. So if you're holding on to things, really dig into why that is, and then look at who in the team would actually really benefit from doing this piece of work, and then work on handing that over with some really clear expectations. The key to proper delegation is clear expectations, so that when you hand it over, people know what they need to do, what the outcome looks like, and what the timeframes are. Really key. The quick action here is do some self-reflection and ask, could someone develop or grow from this piece of work? Or is me holding on to this holding someone else back? And then how can I hand this over and delegate it to them? Because not only will that free up time on your plate, it'll give an opportunity for someone to grow and to develop. And we want that. We want that for our people. Quick win number 7, ask, don't tell. The more that you ask questions of your team, the more that they're going to step up, take ownership, and take accountability. And this is a really great quick win to work on, because the more that you do this, the less dependence they're going to have on you. So they're not going to come and ask you questions all the time, and you're not going to become a bottleneck in your team, and the more ownership and accountability that they're going to have. But here are some questions you can use to ask more instead of telling. When someone comes and asks you for an answer on something or your input on something, ask a few questions first. They could be, what do you think the next step is? What have you already thought about on how to handle this before you come and talk to me? What next action can you take? And do you need anything from me to do it? Who else can you speak to help you work through this? What do you think a really good outcome would be? Asking some of those open-ended questions to get them thinking about how would they tackle this if you weren't here. And that's what we really want our team to be able to do. Like, we're there to support them. Obviously, that is what our job is. And we want to develop a team that is self-sufficient, that's independent and autonomous. That if you were to take time away, if you had to unexpectedly go away sick, or you had to take a long period of time off, you were to go on holiday, could they step up and navigate things on their own? That's what we want to develop with our people. So the more that you can ask instead of tell, the more that you're going to develop this muscle for them. But your quick action here is ask at least one coaching style question the next time someone comes and asks you something, instead of jumping in with a fix. And I can guarantee you that will start making a huge difference. Quick action number 8, take the lead. Something that I know is quite a big challenge is managing up. A lot of leaders that I work with don't always have managers themselves that are really proactive, that are really invested. or they just have managers that are really run off their feet and aren't really attentive to what they need. What I always try and coach them on and encourage them on is don't wait for them to step up. Where can you take the lead and get things moving right now? So if your boss is not as attentive as you want them to be or not as involved as you need them to be, instead of waiting for that to happen or for that to change, I want you to step up and take the lead. Send the email to them with the project update. Tell them what's going on. Tell them that, hey, there's this problem that's happened. These are the 3 steps that I'm taking to resolve it. I want to give you a heads up. Or, hey, before the next management team meeting, I want you to let you know that this is where things are at in case you get asked for an update, so that you can show that proactiveness. This also shows initiative. It makes you visible and it shows that you can handle things, right? So this is a really great way to take the lead. So often people are just waiting for things to happen. Where can you actually take the lead right now to get things to happen? That's what you really want to work on. Quick win number 9, take a 30-second pause. This is a really great emotional intelligence and regulation practice, and I would recommend every one of you puts this into place. The 30-second pause really helps with reducing overwhelm, frustration, and just really dysregulated emotional moments. Create a buffer of 30 seconds before or after a meeting or before and after a piece of work. So when you're about to jump into your emails, just take 30 seconds and take 10 deep breaths and then jump into your emails. Do that 10 times. Before you go into a meeting, take 30 seconds, do 10 deep breaths, and then jump into the meeting. When you leave a meeting, take 30 seconds, take 10 deep breaths, and reset. Doing this practice helps your nervous system take a little bit of a break before jumping into the next thing. That 30 seconds can help your body tap into your parasympathetic nervous system and allows your body to go, I'm safe, everything is okay, and it gets you to access the logical part of your brain, and it helps to reduce brain fog. So if you're getting worked up, if you're maybe a bit frustrated, or maybe you're just flustered and overwhelmed from a really busy day, or there's just lots of things going on, a 30-second pause can be a really powerful, short micro moment tactic that can help you to reset and rebalance. I absolutely encourage you to put this in play, even just for significant things like going to a meeting because you're going to do something. So create a little habit before that where you take that 30-second pause. Hugely, hugely powerful. All right. And our last quick win, the last quick win that I have for you is be human. This is by far the simplest, most basic quick win I can give you, and also the hardest to actually implement. In the era that we're living in right now, where everything is getting automated, there's AI, everyone's panicking and worrying about it, this is the best time for us to tap into our humanity and really use that and show that and be that. It's really important. And the best leaders aren't perfect. They are the ones that's tapping into their humanity, that's being more human. They're showing that compassion, that empathy, that vulnerability, that sense of self. And you don't have to do this in a way where you become like you overexpose yourself. You don't have to talk about everything going on in your life. You can show a little bit about yourself to your team. Admit when something hasn't worked out. Have a laugh when things are a little bit wild. Reset and be like, you know what, this is crazy. I can't believe we're going through this, but hey, what are we going to do? As a team, how can we move through this together? Have some of that humanness. Don't just hold that for yourself at home. Bring that to your workplace. Let your team see a little bit of that because it'll allow them to also show some of their humanity at work as well, which is a really beautiful way to build team culture. The quick action here is be honest with your team this week. Maybe just have a moment this week, even if it's just saying, hey, I'm feeling really stretched right now, but I'm still committed to supporting you. So come to me if you need anything. Or, hey, I've got a lot going on right now. There's a lot of change happening. This is what I know. And as soon as I know more, I will share it with you. Like, again, just show that humanity. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to have all the answers, but you can tell people where you're at on the journey and help them to understand what's going on. So those are the 10 quick wins that I wanted to share with you as part of the 100th episode of Lead with Less. And I know that if you pick one of these quick wins and practice it, you are going to make a significant difference in your day-to-day life. So I'm going to quickly share each of them, and I encourage you to go back to the episode have a re-listen and decide on which one you're going to action. Quick win 1, the wins jar, but make it strategic. Number 2, the quick one-to-one format, the 3 questions you can ask to make any one-to-one really powerful. Number 3, say the thing sooner. Have the hard conversation so you can solve things now instead of suffer later. Number 4, set your leadership anchors. Choose your top 3 values and commit to following through on them this week by outlining what it looked like to have that value put into action. Number 5, practice the curiosity challenge. The next time you don't know how to do something, if you're feeling challenged, ask someone for help. Admit that you don't know and ask them if they can help you to navigate it. Number 6, move from doing to delegating. The more that you can hand off work to your team that aligns with their growth plans, that aligns with their skill sets, the more opportunities you give them to grow, and it frees up your plate to work on the really important things. Number 7, ask more instead of telling. Use coaching questions to help people build their own ownership and accountability and initiative rather than creating a dependence on you to be the fixer. Number 8, take the lead. If you are in a position right now where you are not being supported by your manager or you're not feeling like they are involved enough, take the lead, send the project updates, share what you're doing to work through things, and take control of that. You don't have to wait for them to do it. Number 9, take a 30-second pause. This is a great practice to help regulate your emotions so that next time you go into a meeting, you finish a meeting, you start a piece of work, take 30 seconds to have 10 deep breaths to help reset your nervous system, that you have more capacity to show up in the way that you want to. And then lastly, number 10, be human. Be more of yourself. Bring that into the way that you lead so that you can show people that it is a superpower to be human, and that's more of what we want right now. All right, choose one, commit to it, follow through on it, and start creating more quick wins in your day to day. And please message me to let me know which one you enjoyed the most, which one you're going to commit to, because I would love to keep you accountable. I would love to support you. And if you want any help or coaching to support you with any of these quick wins or to help you to level up your leadership skills or to work through a particular challenge, then my leadership blueprint might be a really great coaching option for you. It's a small coaching package that's a low investment, but gives you really great bang for your buck in terms of coaching and support. So you can check out the show notes if you want to know more about the leadership blueprint. And as always, thank you again for listening to Lead with Less, our 100th episode, such a milestone. I will be back in your ears and in front of your eyes if you watch the video again next week. And as always, if you have any topics or things that you want me to talk about and explore, I'm always happy to hear it. So please message me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or send me an email. Have a great week. Hey, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for listening to Lead with Less. It means the world to me if you could take a moment to leave a rating and a review on Apple or just rate with 5 stars on Spotify. It means a lot to the growth and the expansion of the podcast. And if you know any other people leaders who could do with a dose of inspiration to level up their leadership skills, then please forward on this podcast to them. I would really appreciate it. And as always, if you have any feedback or have any thoughts, please message me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or email. I'd love to hear from you.